So this lesson's on justifying the reasonableness of a solution. Okay, and what this means is like we're talking about no solution, infinitely many solutions, or if it has one solution. So here we start off with three equations and we're going to go solve and we're going to see something unique happen. So first thing I do when I solve, I simplify each side. So I know I have to distribute the 6. So 1 plus 6 times x is 6x. 6 times negative 5 is negative 30. Right? The right side, nothing to do, but on the left side, I still have to combine like terms, correct? So that gives me 6x. 1 minus 30 is negative 29 equals 5 minus 6x. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and solve, bring the variables to the left, constants to the right. So add 6x, add 29. 29. And that would give me 12x equals 34. And when I divide by 12, notice here, I am able to get a value for x. 34 over 12, which is 17 over 6. The key here is understanding that I get one solution. Okay? But the next one, I know I have to simplify each side again, so I'm going to distribute. Negative 6x minus 21 is equal to negative 21 minus 6x. Now, if I were to rewrite this, negative 6x minus 21, I'm going to write this as equals negative 6x minus 21. One thing I want you guys to notice is the left side is identical to the right side. And what happens here is when I go to add 6x to both sides and add 21 to both sides, I get 0x equals 0. Okay, so 0 times x is just 0. So I have no variable left to solve. So what does that mean? All right, we're going to come back to that in a second. So here I'm going to distribute 5x minus 20 equals 5x minus 12. Now, notice here, the x terms are identical, but the constants are not. And when I go to solve this, if I subtract 5x, I add 20, I get 0x equals 8. Now, 0 times x is 0, meaning I cannot multiply x by anything to give me 8. Because 0 times x is always going to be 0. 0 is equal to 8. Well, what do these three equations lead us to? Here, we ended up with one solution. Here, when the left side is identical to the right side, when this is the same as this, and you end up with 0 equals 0, or a true statement, what this means is you're going to have infinitely many solutions. Because no matter what you plug in for x on the left side, if you plug the same x value on the right side, it will always be the same no matter what value you put in. Now over here, 0 times x is 0, 0 equals 8. There's no way to make this equation a true statement, so this would be no solution. So there's three possibilities we can get. Right? One is we could get one solution. We can find one value of the variable that makes the linear equation true. Now, we could also get no solution. And with a no solution, your variable basically eliminates and you end up with a false statement at the end, meaning you would get 0 equals some number. When this happens, you have your answer is going to be no solution. Infinitely many solutions happens when the variable eliminates. You end up with a true statement at the end. Meaning you get 0 equals 0 or some number equals a number, and those numbers or values are the same. that means you get infinitely many solutions. So let's look at 3 more examples here. When I solve an equation, the first thing I do is simplify each side. So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 1 is negative 4 equals negative 4 plus 4x. If I write this with the x term first, it's positive 4x. That's negative 4, so I'm going to subtract 4. And if you look, the left side is identical to the right side. This here, when that left side equals the right side, I know right away, sorry about that, I know right away that this is infinitely many solutions. Now, say I don't recognize that. If I subtract 4x and I add 4, 4x's cancel out or add up to 0x. Those eliminate equals, those eliminate 0. We end up with 0 equals 0. That there, when that happens, your answer is going to be infinitely many solutions. Now the next one, I distribute 6x, 6 times 8 is 48, equals 3x plus 3x. I'm going to distribute this 3. 3 times negative 8 is negative 24. So we get 6x plus 48 equals 6x minus 24. Now here, notice, my x terms end up being the same, but my constants are different. I know that that's going to be no solution right away because when I go to subtract 6x, and then I subtract 48, I'm going to get 0x equals, was it 60, negative 72? So 0 equals negative 72. That's a false statement at the end. I have no way to solve for any variable. That's going to be no solution. And the last one here, 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times negative 7 is negative 14x equals 38 minus 8x. Now, I'm going to go ahead and solve for x. So I would get 2's eliminate. That's negative 6x equals 36. X's eliminate. Now notice, here I can solve for an x. Right? Divide both sides by negative 6. 36 divided by negative 6 is negative 6. There's my answer. So this linear equation has one solution. So remember, looking at what we have, 0 equals 0, true statement, infinitely many solution. 0 equals some different number, right? That's a false statement, meaning it's no solution. And if you're able to solve for x, if you don't get 0x, right, you can go ahead and solve for it. That means you have one solution. Go ahead, try the practice problems, and let us know if you have any questions.